Hi, Tracy here. Meditation and reconnecting with our spiritual guidance. Sometimes I forget just how much I know about the spiritual and about that reconnection and how the best ways to tune into ourselves. And I was speaking with a client the other day and they were speaking about this connection, and I said, maybe just tell me what you're doing and I could offer some tips and tricks around the best way to do that for you. So he said he was sitting with himself, but sometimes he didn't really know what to expect. And I said that's really common for people because we can almost have these expectations around it, or maybe somebody else we know has said they hear things, or I don't know, they see things. There's actually different senses that we can have, and we might be dominant in one as our main one or two. And so my experience will be very different from your experience. And there's clairvoyancy, so that's seeing things. There's clear audio, which is hearing. There's clairsentient, which that would be my main one, is clear feeling. Clear cognizance is another one, where it's clear knowing. We may just have like an idea or a thought pop into our head. So there's different ways that we can experience things. So again, not going with any expectations, because we need to get to know this relationship first, to know how it feels for us. Another thing he was doing was, I speak a lot about intentions, so he was setting intentions for himself. Every time he went to sit with himself, he would set this intention of what he was wanting to gain, almost like an area of his life he wanted to work on, or maybe have an answer to. And I said, that's actually really confusing. I said, you're showing up to this relationship and you sort of don't even know this relationship fully. It would be like having a new partner and often requesting or asking new things of them continually. We don't actually do that. We need to get to know the relationship first. And then after that, sure, we can set intentions and ask specific things. But to start with, I said it would be of benefit and great help to have a very clear intention. And it's a sacred space, it's a sacred relationship, and it requires time given to it and it treated in that way. So another big key thing would be to set the same time every day. You're showing up for this relationship, for this connection. It's very clear what you're going to feel into, gain experience within yourself, and having a clear intention. Now, intentions are best read aloud. So I don't know if you understand about intentions, but the start of our soul aspects and our higher self and our soul aspects are in alignment with our heart space and the fifth dimension. And it's actually at this level works via intention. So the more intentional we are for ourselves and the more intentions we set, it's actually how we manifest things and create. And so if we were to go and sit with ourselves to start with, it would be a great idea to have a very clear intention. Maybe it would be different for each person. You can, whatever feels right for you, but maybe it's saying something along the lines of, I dedicate this time to reconnect within myself, to reconnect to my spiritual guidance. I hear, see, maybe feel clearly, and just something more about what you're wanting to gain from getting to know that relationship. But to start with, it's about showing up, getting to sort of feel into that relationship and getting to know that relationship and the energy around it. I also had another client and they had done another thing that you wouldn't think is a restriction, but it was. He had his grandparents, they had both died, both grandfathers, and when he was asking questions of his spiritual guidance, he was saying, what would my grandfathers do? Now, I don't know if you know, but we actually have spiritual guidance for different areas of our life. And there will be a guide that's more qualified to answer these questions for us. So we might have a health guide, we might have all these different ones. So by him asking what his grandparent, like his grandfather would do, it was like he was cutting out all the other help that was available, or the best qualified guide to answer. Again, it's about coming in and getting to know that connection. Once we know that connection within ourselves, what it feels like, how we experience it, then, we can then sort of go into asking more questions of it. It also does take time, and so dedicating time to it. Again, intuition is like a muscle. The more we show up, the more we use it, the more abilities that we get given. Anyway, I hope you've liked this video and I hope this helps, and have a wonderful day.